sports in the Inland Empire. The Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And with that, welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're live and amplified every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. Nothing but the good stuff here in the Inland Empire and your big national headlines. We're talking a lot about the Lakers, the NBA free agency period, because there's going to be trades, there's going to be signings, all kinds of good stuff. We're also going to update you on the Major League Baseball All-Star voting, some surprises out there in the All-Star voting. World Cup action from this morning. And, Jeff, we will continue our high school football storylines, the biggest plot points, the biggest games, the biggest players going into the 2018 season. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm just Pep Fernandez. We're here every single day. Jeff, do you believe in magic?
I believe in magic miracles. Yes, I do believe in magic.
No, Magic Johnson.
Oh, that guy?
That guy.
I believed in him as a great player. I don't know about that TV show he had. Remember called The Magic Hour? Remember that when they tried to go head-to-head with Johnny Carson and The Tonight Show? Do you remember that, Pep?
It was bad.
The Magic Hour might have been the worst TV show in history.
It was really bad.
Because I pride myself on watching great TV.
But you know what? He's a savvy businessman, right? Can we agree on that?
I don't know if it's him or that he had met so many great people. I think it's rubbed off on him, but I think knowing Jerry Buss, and Jerry Buss had so many friends, I think he hooked Magic Johnson up with the right people.
Okay, so let's say this. He's smart enough to realize you have to surround yourself with people.
There you go.
Okay, maybe he's a delegator. Maybe he's like, I don't know how to do that or that, but I'm going to surround myself with people that know how to do those things, and then I will simply delegate. You do that job, I'll do this, you do that, and then the job gets done and everyone's happy.
Yeah, I agree to that point 100%. And you have to also think being a point guard and really the first true leader on the court, Magic Johnson was the consummate leader of the Lakers, a consummate leader when he led Michigan State to the championship. He is one of those guys that, if you were talking about delegating, I think he'd be great just because he has no problem taking that leadership role. I think he surrounds himself with good people. Surrounds himself right now with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, who's the GM. Very smart, savvy business people.
What's ironic, as a college basketball nut, Rob Pelinka's a Michigan Wolverine.
It's weird.
He's a Michigan State Spartan, but they've teamed up here to build the Lakers.
Yeah, and they drafted Mo Wagner, another
Michigan Wolverine.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I think that the Lakers are in better shape than they were a few years ago when Jim Buss was running the organization after the father died. That was in shambles. There was no direction. You know, there were leaks everywhere coming out from all over. We knew exactly what the business was in the Los Angeles Lakers organization. Now with Magic at the helm and Jeannie at the helm, you know, stuff's not getting out as much. We're not fully aware of what's going on within the organization, and you got to like that because like the Celtics, like the Lakers, like the Yankees and the Dodgers, you keep everything in-house.
Well, I bring up the fact, do you believe in magic? Because the Lakers introduced their rookies today, including Mo Wagner, and magic really was the story. I mean, of course, you know, the media, they want to meet the local guys. They hold up the jerseys. They smile real big. They take the pictures. They do all those sorts of things. But really, let's be honest. The story of the Lakers will be this offseason, and the guy who's pulling all the strings is Magic Johnson. So, okay, we got to meet the rookies, okay? But many of the questions addressed at the press conference were to Magic Johnson today about how's free agency going? What's the deal with LeBron? Is it going to be a huge offseason for the Lakers? Are you going to make some moves? Jeff, in our next segment, we're going to play some of the Magic Johnson press conference and kind of analyze the things that he said. Basically, the nuts and bolts of it, two things jumped out at me. One, he's given himself 2 off seasons, this offseason and next offseason.
The 2 years that they had slated for the last 5, they've talked about 18 and 19.
Because there's a lot of big names out there. Obviously, LeBron's this offseason. And secondly, kind of cocky. He's basically saying, listen, I'm Magic Johnson. I've done this for a long time. He went to 9 NBA finals?
9 finals.
It's not like they just pulled this guy off the side of the road. So he was, kind of cocky, and B, he's given himself this offseason and next offseason to get it right for the purple and gold, or he will step away.
Well, they made that. Jim Buss said the same exact thing before Magic Johnson took over. Remember, he said he would resign if they didn't make the playoffs. Well, they didn't make the playoffs. And he was forced out, forced out among his family. But I think Magic Johnson's making, for him to make a bold statement like that is leaning me to think that there is something behind the scenes that's already happened.
He's confident.
And I think that there are deals in place. They're just not, signed on the dotted line. For someone to come out and say that, I think he knows that the organization has something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they're saying as well that LeBron James is currently reaching out to other players on his own, behind the scenes, trying to, I guess, gauge where other players' interests are. Hey, are you really gonna? Maybe it's Kawhi. How hard are you forcing your way out of San Antonio? Maybe it's Chris Paul. Hey, are you gonna go back to Houston? Maybe it's Clint Capella. I don't know. Paul George. Are you really gonna go to Lakers? Is that a done deal? Are you really going there?
Yeah,
that's what they're saying at least.
Yeah, and I think this. I had been thinking the entire time, and I do change my mind once you get more information. People do change their minds, and I am thinking if you just get LeBron James this offseason and you still keep that young core of guys, a lot like Boston, you'll have a lot of key ingredients, a lot of key pieces. If you do need to move them, you can get somebody in there. Why not take this first year of getting LeBron James, if we do get him, and just kind of letting it play out to see if he makes this team better with these younger players. If he's able to do that, then next year off the books, they'll have another max contract. Kawhi Leonard can come over freely, and you still have two of the best players in the NBA. And if this young core of guys do well, I don't think you get Julius Randle. I don't think you can afford him. And you just play it out and see what happens. And then the following year, you got to start looking at championships. I think we've been so excited to get a championship next year that we've lost sight. As long as we get LeBron James and those younger players maybe get better, Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Hart, those guys, Kuzma.
Wagner looks like he could be pretty good, too.
I mean, they've got guys now that can shoot the ball. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get a guy like a J.J. Redick to come play for LeBron James just this season if he does decide to come. There will be players that are willing to try to win a championship in L.A. because, like our buddy Tracy Murray said, in New York or Los Angeles, and you are a Laker or a Knick, you're an A-list celebrity, regardless of whether you win or lose.
We're going to talk a lot more about the Lakers and Magic Johnson, and the Lakers' pitch has been leaked. The pitch they sent to Paul George. I'm going to read it word for word. You tell me if it would seal the deal for Paul George to be a Laker. I think it's kind of corny, but I'll let you guys decide. We're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change. You can spoil yourself in your car every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. Get that oil change. You know you're overdue. Look up in the corner of your windshield, way past your due date, over 3,000 miles. That's why you go to Spoiled, quick quality oil change off of Alessandro Boulevard. Now, another big name out there will be Kevin Durant. He is opting out of his player option contract. That year in his contract where he has a player option. So he could go back to Golden State. He's going to opt out. But listen, that's clickbait. If you see a headline that says, Kevin Durant is leaving the Warriors, he's opting out of the contract. No, he's going to re-sign for more money. He's going to get like $9 million more next season. If he signed the player option, the final year in his current deal, it's like $26 million. But if he just re-signs the max contract with Golden State, which it looks like he's going to, there's no reason not to believe it. He wants to be at Golden State, and Warriors want him there. It's $35 million. So just do the math. He's going to get $9 million more by simply not signing the player option and just signing a new contract. And so don't freak out.
And ownership last week said Kevin Durant deserves anything he wants.
Yeah, whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So that is letting us know, letting everybody know that Kevin Durant will probably retire a Golden State Warrior.
Yeah, because I got on Twitter this morning, and Kevin Durant was trending. And a lot of people were tweeting out these stories saying Kevin Durant set to become a free agent. And I'm like, wait, hold on. That's clickbait. That's like Tom Brady not coming back to the Patriots and that he's going to retire. That's clickbait. Because if you actually click the story, it would say, yeah, technically he will become a free agent, but he's signing just so he can sign the new contract with Golden State and get more money next season.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is. He's not teaming up with LeBron. He's not going somewhere with Kawhi Leonard, the pride of King High School. He's going back to Golden State, so don't get too excited out there.
2-time world champion. He's staying put.
The NBA had its big awards ceremony last night. I believe it was Santa Monica, wasn't it?
It was. It was in an old airplane hangar that they've.
It was?
Yes. I talked to somebody, and we'll discuss that in a second.
Who do you know that famous?
I know Liam Simmons.
Who's that?
Ben Simmons'
Oh, that's
big brother. And he sat right next to Ben Simmons. In fact, yesterday morning we were working camp and chuckling and laughing. And then all of a sudden I'm at home last night and I turn on the TV. I go, I know that guy. I said, look at that famous guy, Liam Simmons.
He was hanging out with you.
Yeah.
When we had Coach Simmons on the show last week, if I would have known he was going to the NBA awards, we should have asked him last week about going to it. But surprise, surprise.
Yeah, so he said it was an amazing time. He said it was a who's who of Hollywood rap music. Everybody was there. And
Meek
he said
Mill?
he was Meek Mill. Meek Mill was there.
Was he there?
Yes, he was.
Mill?
But he did say, he goes, it was kind of hard not to be a rubberneck. He said, I look over there and there's such and such, and I turn behind me and there's such and such. My wife was excited. And
Hey, Liam Simmons is a big deal too.
he is a big deal. In fact, people thought he was an agent. He was hanging out with his brother, and he was like, "Yeah." People thought I was his agent. No, just his brother. But he said it was a great
I would have
time.
worked it. Oh yeah. Write me a check, $100,000. I'll make sure he wears your socks.
Yeah. So a great night though for Liam Simmons and family, as his brother was the NBA Rookie of the Year.
You have a problem with that?
Oh, I thought I did tell him.
Because the devil is in the details. Because, we've talked about this before. What do you consider a rookie? Is it your actual first year in the NBA, whether you play or not? Or is it the first year you actually play? Because Ben Simmons sat out an entire year, right?
And collected a paycheck. So I always thought as Rookie of the Year. But see, now he's my friend.
Ben Simmons all the way.
Ben Simmons, buddy. But no, he did say, though, that there was word that who's going to get Rookie of the Year. But everybody knew it was going to be
Who it was
Donovan Mitchell.
And was it Jason Tatum?
Yeah, but it was between.
Who was the other guy? He was the other finalist.
Yeah, but it was really between Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons. And he said, he goes, I was a little nervous for my brother, but it's a shoe-in. I mean, think about it. He was phenomenal during the regular season.
Oh, he's a stud.
And Donovan Mitchell, not taking anything away from him, took a Utah team that didn't even think they were going to make the playoffs.
I would say the surprise rookie of the entire draft.
By far.
If you were to redraft that class, Donovan Mitchell might be number one.
He was rookie of that class.
What
rookie
pick
of the year
was
in that
he
class.
in the first round? Do you remember? Was he like 20?
We'll look it up. It was further down. He wasn't a lottery pick, that's for sure.
Just consider this. What if the Lakers would have took him instead of Lonzo Ball?
I would have been ecstatic.
Just think about it. What if the Philadelphia 76ers, because they had the number one pick last year, right?
Yes.
And they took Markelle Fultz.
And he is the yips.
What if Philadelphia took with the number one pick, and then you pair him up with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid?
Good Lord.
You know what I mean? That would be a big three with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was drafted by the Denver Nuggets in the 13th pick and then shipped off to Utah.
That could have been the Lakers.
That could have been.
The Lakers could have took him at number 2, but nobody knew.
No one.
Nobody knew. But Ben Simmons is the Rookie of the Year, long story short. Congratulations to Ben Simmons. Friend of the show now, right?
Friend of the show.
Because we love Liam Simmons. And you said, seriously, all honesty, you said Liam Simmons, assistant coach at UC Riverside, one of the funniest men alive.
Really funny guy, very down to earth, very family oriented. Same sense of humor as I have, so we get along pretty well. It's kind of fun. Been hanging out with him this week. I'll see him for the next 3 days.
Nobody knows funny like Jeff Gorham.
Nobody.
The MVP, James Harden from the Houston Rockets. During the regular season, I said, yeah, James Harden is the best player on the best team. He deserves the MVP. But after seeing LeBron James go through the playoffs, as long as LeBron James is playing, I really can't make a case for anybody else. I'm not even a LeBron James guy, but I'm like, yeah, what are we all, trying to hide here? Like, what's the distraction? Why can't we all agree that LeBron James is the best player on the planet, hands down, bar none?
Well, we saw that. We've seen it over and over. It's a popularity contest. Now you look at the James Harden Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant all played on the same team in Oklahoma City. And
they were drafted in 3 consecutive years, weren't they?
Yes, that would have been a super team, but here's the deal. All 3 of those guys have won MVPs without each other. Think of that.
So it was Durant, 2007, followed by Westbrook, followed by Harden.
Yeah, so all 3 MVPs. It was a popularity contest, but what LeBron James did this year, not missing a single game, putting his body on the line every single night. I'm not a huge fan of LeBron. I will be in a couple weeks, but he deserved the MVP. But I will say, James Harden, the best scorer in the NBA. Can't guard a fly. Couldn't guard me at my age, but is still the best scorer in the NBA.
You gonna get your James jersey?
No, I've never bought a jersey. The only jersey I have
is going to be your first Cavaliers jersey. Have you ever had a Cleveland jersey?
No.
You've never had one?
No, the only jersey that I have in my house right now.
Lopez.
No love for
No love
Lopez.
for Lopez.
He's not even a Laker anymore. Mike Trout. Because Mike Trout and I were very, very close.
Very close.
So as long as if my buddy, I might have to get a Ben Simmons jersey now because I'm going to be his buddy.
That's your guy.
That's my guy
That's
now.
your guy.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't buy jerseys. No, I'll just buy a Laker flag and wave it and put it on my car like I used to.
Yeah, you guys, you and your Laker flags,
yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, great time.
One other award let's touch on real quick from the NBA awards last night. Dwayne Casey from Toronto is your coach of the year. Ironically, he was fired. He was the coach of the year, and he gets fired.
Okay, I'm going to say, I have to tell you this.
Tell me something.
Dwayne Casey, I don't know if you remember this, but he was on the staff of Eddie Sutton at the University of Kentucky.
Was he?
He was. Now, here's the deal. Remember, the University of Kentucky, supposedly, Dwayne Casey sent $1,000 to Chris Mills, who went to Fairfax High School, sent $1,000 and a videotape to his house. Dwayne Casey was then banned by the NCAA for 4 years as a show clause. Eddie Sutton was fired at Kentucky because of this. It later has come out that Dwayne Casey was at he did not do it. He was on the road recruiting.
He was the fall guy?
He was the fall guy. Dwayne Casey his name was Mud, had to coach in Tokyo men's and women's basketball.
The Tokyo Apaches.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I think it is.
He coached 2 teams, men's and women, in Japan to get his name back. Came back, was the defensive coach for the Dallas Mavericks when they won the world championship, playing zone. Everybody laughed at him and said, "We're not playing zone." Everybody, the Mavericks, Jason Kidd, they all said, "We're not going to do it." Sean Marion, but they played the Cleveland Cavaliers in that championship. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that was LeBron.
Yeah, was it Cleveland? No, it was Miami. It was Miami because they
2008.
Because it was Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. They had no outside shooters.
You're right. No, you're right. It was Miami.
It was Miami, and there was no outside shooting for Miami at that time, so they played that zone, and that's how the Dallas Mavericks won their NBA World Championship, was because of Dwayne Casey, played zone defense. So it's nice to see him come full circle.
Isn't he he's Detroit's head coach now,
Yes,
right? The Pistons head coach.
So
he landed on his feet.
Landed on his feet, but a really tough story for him to come back and stick with coaching. He's really well-deserved as Coach of the Year.
Yeah, Miami Heat, they beat him 4-2.
Yep.
2011. 2010, 2011.
That is my brain to remember all that stuff, but good for Dwayne Casey.
To baseball real quick as we round out our inland sports headlines. The Dodgers, big win last night against the Cubs, 2-1. Kike Hernandez, home run number 13. That's a new career high for Kike's.
Enrique?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kike,
yeah, good
man.
job, buddy.
Chris Taylor pinch hit home run in the 8th inning. That was the difference as they won 2-1. Hold on despite a little shaky by Kenley Jansen at the end. Halos will take on the Red Sox tonight. Back in action in Beantown. First pitch in less than an hour out there in Boston. And World Cup action. We had a 0-0 draw between Denmark and France.
Oh, that sounds like a fun game.
Peru, 2-0 over Australia, the home of Ben Simmons. Croatia beat the Cinderella team of the tournament, Iceland, 2-1. And the biggest game of the day, and we're going to crank up the inland sports highlight machine, Argentina over Nigeria, 2-1. I watched this game. I had a coffee with my coconut milk creamer. I was sitting there, glued to the Telemundo, porque fútbol es mi corazón. I watched it. I watched Messi score a goal. Then I watched Nigeria score a penalty kick. It was tied 1-1. Final minute of the match. Argentina in a must-win situation. And this is how it unfolded.
You will watch CBS Sports HQ moving forward. Forget about ESPN if they're going to cut you down, DeAndre. We got you covered here on CBS Sports HQ.
Of course, it's not. It's bleeding through. Never mind. We had it, and then it.
Was it the same guy or a gold guy?
Oh, there it is. This guy never gets the cue. There he is. When I toss it to him, he's not ready.
No.
Makes me mad.
Hey, now I have a question for you. Wasn't Argentina out, then they were in, then they were out, then they were back in?
Well, y'all get 3 games.
But it was, I'm telling you, they were on the verge of getting
Yeah.
eliminated. And then I had one other thing, a question for you about the World Cup. Where's Italy?
Are they not in it?
They're not in it. The
It is-
U.S. and Italy are not in it.
Sad days.
Wow.
But Tunisia's in it.
Tunisia,
Morocco's in it.
Denmark,
Iceland.
Iceland, but no Italy.
Croatia, Serbia.
But no Italy, no U.S.
Strange time.
I know, I just had to say that.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. They could also hook it up big time with a new Letterman's jacket. You know you want one. And if you've got team sales, maybe for your entire company, they can do big orders too. That's KenSportingGoods.com. Ken Sporting Goods out there, Norco off the 15 freeway. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, I'm going to read you word for word the pitch the Lakers made to Paul George, and more on Magic Johnson and his big free agency period opening up on July 1st. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. Buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're proudly brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. You gotta ask for him by name. That's Ray Bass. He's got a great coaching staff out there, coaching up athletes from all different sports and all different ages as well. Youth, high school, college, everybody's going to Boost Performance Training. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. They got a Saturday morning strength and speed class. That's how you start your weekend. You go there, you get so fast and strong and agile and all those good things. You're going to be the best on your team. Just like that. Quicker than Thanos can snap his fingers. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. BoostTrainingSystems.com. All right, Jeff, so the Lakers made a pitch to Paul George. You know, they're trying to get Paul George. They're trying to get LeBron James. Maybe a trade for Kawhi Leonard. All these things are in motion right now for the purple and gold. And I want to thank everyone out there who tweeted at us their take. What are the Lakers going to do this offseason? Is LeBron coming to the Lakers? Is Kawhi Leonard? Can they pull off a trade with San Antonio somehow? We've had a bunch of people tweet us. We're going to read those tweets a little bit later in the show, so hang on to those. Excuse me. So here's the deal. The Lakers made a pitch to Paul George. You guys know what a VO is? It's like a voiceover. So in TV news, when you have a VO, it just means there's video and then someone's voice. You're reading it. So the Lakers were going to do a VO for Paul George, a pitch. to bring Paul George to the Lakers. You guys mind if I read it to you?
No.
I'd love to read it for everyone.
Go right ahead, Pep. Go right ahead.
Here's what the Lakers pitched to Paul George. I'm going to read it word for word. I'm not making this up.
Can you read it, though, like James Earl Jones? Or what's the Samuel L. Jackson? If you can't, or Pep Fernandez. Or
Leon
Culpepper. Go
That
ahead,
would
give
just
it.
sound dumb.
Okay, give it to us in the Pep Fernandez best.
Here's what the Lakers pitched to Paul George. And I don't know, maybe they were going to send this to him directly. Maybe they were going to put it on social media. They were going to get it to him so he could see it and listen to it.
Yes.
Here's what they were going to say. When you were just a kid in your room, dreaming from Palmdale, we were dreaming too. While you dreamt, we built. Built for your arrival. And while we dreamt, you built too.
What do you mean, Bill?
Becoming one of the world's greatest. Life's most powerful dream are the ones we realize ourselves. The ones that turn us into legends. That kid from Palmdale always knew. Now the world will too. The end.
Yeah, Pep.
Is it just me, or is that some corny BS?
That is a whole lot of BS, Pep. And I haven't heard you use that term in a while. That's
a Jeff Gorham term.
That is some straight BS. And wow. I mean, honest to goodness.
I read it. I'm like, listen, my 11-year-old daughter's very smart, but this is something like an 11-year-old would write, like in a little English class in 6th grade, right? Like, I'm like, what is this nonsense?
Well,
this is nonsense.
I thought the Lakers had a meeting last week with Magic Johnson and Jeannie Buss stating, no more leaks. How did this crap get leaked out?
Yeah, A, it leaked out, and B, it sucks.
Oh, but see, I'm one of those kind of guys that you asked earlier. Do you think that this would would this influence Paul George? Would this influence LeBron James? Well, it didn't work for Dwight Coward. Remember, he was pitched as well from everyone. I'll tell you what. If you have an ego I should say, they all have giant egos. They're NBA players. They love being famous. They love being rich. But if your self-esteem is that little, and if this kind of pitch is going to bring you to L.A., then you're probably a ding-dong. Probably a ding-dong, dreaming from Palmdale. But, yeah, honestly, it's just silly.
And the thing, like, how many people do you think the Lakers employ? They must have tons of, like, internal media and digital people. And this is what they came up with? Like, he was some little kid in Palmdale dreaming of being a Laker, and now he always knew he was great. Now the world's going to know it.
It's grammatically incorrect, too. It's like it's all over the place.
And I copy-pasted it. I didn't do anything to it. I just read it.
I'm reading it. I'm going, I would mark this kid off for writing poorly. But if you're, and I maybe, we talked about Kobe Bryant. I know you're not a fan, and some people aren't.
Big fan.
Very polarizing guy, but I think what he said was pretty enlightening earlier this year. You don't really need to recruit to be a Los Angeles Laker. It's like if you're
other teams need to recruit. The Lakers don't need to recruit.
And I believe that was a pretty good quote from a guy who played in the organization.
I'm with that. I can actually agree with Kobe Bryant on that.
If you're Mickey Mantle, if he, God rest his soul, still alive, would he need to recruit anybody to come play for the Yankees?
In Sacramento, you got to roll out the red carpet. You got to put on a full-length feature film for this guy. Like, you got to pull out all the stops. If you're the Lakers, you're the Lakers.
You're the Lakers.
Nobody has to tell me about the tradition and the history and the greatness.
If somebody offers you a contract to play for the Los Angeles Lakers, you jump on it because it's the Lakers, for gosh sake.
Plus, Paul George is from Southern California. It's not like, oh, yeah, I didn't grow up around the Lakers. I don't know anything about them.
He's not going to the Clippers. No offense, but it's just when you look at we've talked about this over and over and over. If you're a Los Angeles guy, who do you like? The Dodgers, the Lakers, and the Raiders. The Rams now, because the Rams are in town. But that's how it's always been.
Kings for hockey.
That is how it's always been.
It is what it is.
And
nothing against who's the other ones? The Angels, the Ducks, the Chargers, and the Clippers. They're the other ones. That's okay, but it is what it is.
They are the different dudes. But I will say
there's the substitute teachers.
Yeah, there's subs. But like LeBron James, I'm thinking more and more about this. It's a foregone conclusion he's going to be a Laker because he's not going to Boston. He's not going to Philadelphia. He's going to come to L.A., and I think he's going to come regardless because he's got his production company. He's just kicking off the ground. He's got 2 homes here. His sons are good basketball players. He might not win a championship this first year, which is okay. That only builds to the legacy. If he can build the team within a couple years with these young guys and bring in the pieces to win a championship, you'd be a hero forever.
Yeah. Okay, as a Laker fan, how many years are you going to give them to go back to the championship and win?
How many? If you have LeBron James, you got to give him 2 years before they're in the championship. I think it's kind of a failure if LeBron James has been able to pick his teams everywhere he's gone. He's picked his team in Cleveland. He picked his team in Miami. If he's able to pick his team in Los Angeles to an extent, because it is the Los Angeles Lakers, you don't want to be stuck like Cleveland with J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, those kind of players. You want Los Angeles Lakers, guys that are character guys first. If he's able to build his team with guys that we can look at as characters, then you got to give him 2 years.
And it's being reported that behind the scenes, he's reaching out to guys to find out, feel out the situation, where these guys thinking they're going to sign. Because maybe he's already behind the scenes putting together something. I don't know if it's going to be with the Lakers, but somewhere, something with some of these other superstars out there.
Well, I think the first thing is going to go is going to be LeBron's going to opt out, obviously, this week. If he opts out, that means he is not going back to Cleveland. There are only 2 places that he was talking about going back to, which was Cleveland and Los Angeles. If he opts out, he's going to Los Angeles. That's one. The second thing will be Paul George. Paul George is going to have to make that decision because it's not going to be LeBron James. He might have made his decision. I think it's already done, but he's not going to be the first to fall.
Yeah, I read that there's a chance that Paul George could stay in Oklahoma City.
It won't ever happen.
Like, why?
It won't. It won't.
They already tried that. It didn't work.
It was a bad experiment.
Yeah.
You have Russell Westbrook demands the ball too much. You have 2 guys that can score, and he dribbles the ball way too much. But LeBron James will come right after Paul George.
Well, look, there's billboards for LeBron. There's billboards for Paul George. The Lakers have this cheesy little script, this leak for Paul George. The full court press is on right now for the Lakers, and Magic Johnson talked about it at the press conference today. They introduced Mo Wagner, and I hate to say it, but the other guy. It's all about Mo Wagner. They introduced Mo Wagner and the other guy at a press conference today, but Magic Johnson was talking about this huge offseason for the purple and gold. It's going to be big in free agency. It's all going to get cracking by the end of this week and into next week. July 1st is really when the new season begins. July 1st, when that free agency period begins, where they can at least start negotiating. So let's go back to the highlight machine, and fingers crossed, the guy yelling the goal's gone, and we got Magic Johnson here. But here's Magic talking about, the Lakers need to have a huge splash this offseason. But if you think Magic's worried, he's not.
No pressure on me. I mean, I'm gonna do my job. I've always done that. Look, I've been playing in, you know how many finals I've been in? So you think I'm worried about this? I played against Larry Bird in the finals. I mean, come on, man. I've been in 9 finals. I've been in college NCAA championship.
This is a different job.
I'm Magic Johnson. I'm still the same dude. I'm not gonna change. There's no pressure on me. I'm gonna do my job. That's what I do. I do my job.
He has no cares in the world. It sounded kind of cocky, but he's Magic Johnson.
Who was that reporter? That's not.
He's like, this is a different job.
Yeah, hey, because it all comes back to one thing: the one failure, the Magic Hour. Yeah, it comes back to that. But I will say this: Magic Johnson is doing everything correctly. He's putting the Lakers back in the spotlight. It's nice to see them back in the spotlight for being something exciting coming. Yeah. We've watched these young guys grow. I don't know how good they are, but they could be a lot better with LeBron James. They could be, obviously they'd be a playoff team next year. I don't care who you have in LeBron James. You're a playoff team.
Was that a little awkward, though? I feel like a little uncomfortable hearing that out loud.
Yeah.
Like if I was sitting there in that room, I'd be like, oh, this kind of feels a little weird.
A little strange. A little strange.
I mean? But I like it. I want them to be cocky. The Lakers have been mediocre for too long. They've been outright bad a couple of years ago. What was the worst record in franchise history, right?
Yes, yeah. And now they're talking, there are rumors going around, and I've heard a few from my sources, that the Lakers, or I shouldn't say the Lakers, but Boogie Cousins wants to be a Laker.
They tried years ago, right? A couple years ago.
They said that, Boogie Cousins is reaching out to people saying he wants to be a Laker. The problem is, it could work because you do have
financially?
I think financially, that's
but could it work on the court?
It could possibly work on the court for two reasons. LeBron James is an alpha male. If you have Boogie Cousins buy into what LeBron James is saying, like a big brother, and plays basketball, but is still the enforcer of Draymond Green, per se. He's a better player than Draymond Green. Can't shoot as well, but he's a better player. That eliminates Draymond Green. But the other problem is he's coming back from a torn Achilles.
ACL, yeah.
No, Achilles.
Oh, you're right, Achilles.
And I'll tell you what, I would not invest any more than a 1-year deal in Boogie Cousins if he's serious about being a Laker, because we've seen it. Kobe wasn't the same guy. We've seen it over and over and over. That is a horrible, horrific injury.
We got to wrap this up.
Okay.
And here's my take on Boogie Cousins, because I'm a huge Sacramento Kings fan. He would always post huge numbers, and they never got any better.
Bingo.
In fact, they got worse. And think about it. He went to New Orleans.
And they got better.
Tore his Achilles. He was out, and they got better without him. That's what worries me. He goes to the Lakers just because he puts up great numbers doesn't make you. He's almost like Carmelo Anthony. It's not making the team better. It's true.
Another rumor out there. How about a Jamal Crawford?
Off the bench? I like that.
That's a good call.
I like that. Veteran off the bench can score.
J.J. Redick?
I like that too.
There you go. That's my thoughts.
All right, we come back here. We're going to update the Major League Baseball All-Star voting. We got a couple Dodgers and Halos in the mix. And we're going to let you know who's leading overall. Kind of two guys I'm kind of surprised are the leading all-star vote getters so far. Voting is not over quite yet. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
Back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Oh, is this Electric Avenue?
Eddie Grant, baby!
I was just thinking, you know what? It's kind of like a bizarre opening. I bet you Jeff's going to ask me, $1,000, what song is this?
I was going to.
And I'm like, I have no idea. And then whatever it was, that note or two, I was like, hey, wait, this is that Electric Avenue.
Eddie Grant, man. Eddie Grant was a politician.
Huh?
He was a politician wherever he's from the islands, man. From the islands. Eddie Grant is a bohemian legend. I love that guy.
What does the song mean, Rock Down to Electric Avenue?
Dude, it's somewhere in the Bahamas, man, or wherever he's from. Wherever he's from, Eddie Grant, I'll tell you what. When I go on our road trips, this was the song of one of our road trips. Every time it was on, no matter if we were fighting in the backseat, kids were fighting in the backseat, we stopped and listened to it, and it was on all the time. So it was a good respite during our long
As
road
you
trip.
headed down Electric Avenue.
Yes, what a great song. Great song. Good job, Greg.
The Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. We're here every single day, 3 to 6. The one and only weekday show holding it down for the IE. Jeff, there's only one sports show in the Inland Empire on every single day. It's us.
We're on every day?
Every day.
What the heck? I'm gone.
Sometimes you black out, but we're here every single day. And we're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona, off of Tabasco Canyon Road. You guys know the drill. We are here to help you out. giving you sports information and sweet, sweet deals like Catalano Motors in Corona. If you mention the Inland Sports Show, $500 off. It's that easy. All you have to do is open your mouth and say Inland Sports Show, and they will take off $500. Catalano Motors, off of Temescal Canyon Road in Corona, or visit them online at CatalanoCars.com. Just drop some Inland Sports on them and save tons of money. All right, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is coming up. The voting continues. You can actually vote for your favorite players until July 5th. The game is July 17th at Nationals Park, the home of the Nationals, Washington, D.C. Dave Roberts will skipper the National League All-Stars, and it'll be A.J. Hinch for the Astros. Because remember, it's American League versus National League, whoever made it to the World Series last year. So the voting is taking place, and let's start in the National League and American League, because what they did, Jeff, is they unveiled the top vote getters, and they've done this a couple times, but this is the last time until they unveil who actually was named All-Stars. As of right now, Matt Kemp of your Los Angeles Dodgers, second in National League outfielders. I think he's going to get in, don't you think?
He should. I mean, he's having one of those years where he was they thought they'd waive him. They got to give him the nod. He's been fantastic.
He's been their best hitter.
Been the most dynamic hitter for the Dodgers this year.
So Matt Kemp is second in outfielders right now in voting. He's going to get in. I think he's only behind Bryce Harper, which, okay, Bryce Harper's a stud, even though he's kind of hit a rough patch this year, but he's been a stud. And it's at Nationals Park. That's his home stadium. It's his home fans. Of course, they're going to, fill up that ballot box. But this was what surprised me. The overall vote getter so far in the National League is Atlanta Braves first baseman Freddie Freeman.
What?
Of all the guys out there, he wouldn't be in my top 10. I saw Freddie Freeman and I thought,
Yeah, I mean, really, let's think about this. Last year, Justin Turner, remember they did that big push for him to be an all-star.
Yeah.
And
wasn't he a write-in? Wasn't he one of the last ones at the end?
Yes, but he had all those. He had a huge amount of votes because he publicly went out. It was his current wife now, who was his girlfriend at the time, made a big push. Hey, we want Justin Turner to be an all-star. She got him on the all-star team. Now you got to marry her if you put
you got to.
But yeah, but my biggest thing is Mike Trout is not the lead American League vote getter.
See,
he's third.
Well, okay, so let's go to the American League now.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
So so Freddie Freeman's the National League top vote getter.
Whatever, Freddie Freeman.
I thought it would easily be Bryce Harper.
Yes.
Again, the game's in Washington, D.C. That's the home of the Nationals.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Freddie Freeman. Okay, in the American League, the top overall vote getter right now is from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve.
Yes.
Like, by far. I think he has more all-star votes than anybody.
He has
more than Freddie Freeman.
He has more than anybody, and Mike Trout is third in the American League.
Name off all the stars you can think of in the American League.
Aaron Judge,
Giancarlo Stanton, Mookie Betts,
Jose Ramirez,
Mike Trout, Jose Ramirez, Manny Machado. You can keep going. Guess what?
J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez having a great year for the Red Sox. None of them can touch Jose Altuve.
No.
None of them.
He's got over 1.5 million votes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and
little man.
Mike Trout is second in outfielders behind Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is having a great year.
He is.
But Mike Trout is having the best year in
ever
baseball history, and he's not your leading vote getter. It's just appalling to me. Not just because I'm an Angel fan, but we're watching history here. We're watching the best season in the history of the game.
I feel like towns like Boston and New York, some of these other places, I feel like the fans go out and vote harder. You know what I mean? Like, nothing against Angels fans, but I feel like some of those old school East Coast cities just get out and vote more.
Well, they do. I mean, you look at Boston and New York, and you look at the attendance across Major League Baseball. The attendance has risen in L.A. It has risen in New York. It has risen in Chicago. But everywhere else, attendance is down across Major League Baseball. I mean, down a lot. So you are going to get the vote getters. You are going to get the New York guys, the Boston guys, the Houston guys, the Houston Astros. You're going to get those
World
guys,
Series champs. Yeah, they're still riding that wave.
Yeah, and we're going to see in baseball towns Cleveland will get some votes.
You know, Matt Kemp might be the only Dodger.
He could be.
In the game. He might be.
Which is very strange.
He's second in the NL for outfielders. Mike Trout, second in the American League for outfielders. If you want to just assume right now how the voting goes, the top 3 outfielders will get in. I think they're both pretty safe. And Shohei Ohtani, in case you're wondering, he's listed as a designated hitter right now because they don't vote on the pitchers. He's listed as a DH. He's 4th right now, and he's not going to catch – I forget who the leader was, but he's way behind as a designated hitter. So he's not going to get in unless they put him in as a pitcher, but he's hurt anyway, so he's probably not going to pitch in the All-Star game. If he was healthy enough to pitch, you'd probably shut it down anyways and say, listen, you don't want to walk that fine line. You don't want to get hurt again.
No.
All right, we come back. How about some high school football? We're continuing our storylines going into 2018. We're going to talk about some of the best games coming up this season as we talk more high school football as we lead into Week 0, which is August 17th. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Lemon shrimp. How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC continuing our series on building power. Today we're going to demonstrate a speed squat, and there's 3 aspects of this. There's a slow eccentric, an isometric, and a fast concentric. Now, concentric is going on the way up, and it's got to be fast and explosive as possible. So what Zach's going to do is he's going to get under the bar. All right, those thumbs around Zach. All right, he's going to go ahead and lift off. He's going to give me a 2-1-X tempo. He's going to go down slow, pause, then fast up. Good. What I'm really looking for here is bar speed. All right? That pause. And like I said, we're working 3 different elements of strength, right? We got that slow eccentric on the way down, that pause, and then fast up. This is a great drill to turn all that strength gaining the offseason to power. So like I said, this is a great drill that actually works on 3 different aspects of strength. All right, we got that slow eccentric going down. We got that isometric pause, that fast concentric going up. So while it maximizes power, we're still hitting 3 different elements of strength. We do it right here at Boost. Today's tip is all about the speed squat, and what I want to talk about is how we progress this exercise here at Boost. So we showed you guys a 2-1-X tempo that was going down for 2 seconds, pause 1, and then that fast concentric coming up. So what we'll do is over time, we'll play with the tempos a little bit, and we'll go from a 2-1-X to a 1-1-X tempo going down 1 second, pausing for 1 second coming up, or we'll go with an X1-X tempo with a quick eccentric, isometric contraction, and then we'll come up with the fast concentric. So a lot of different ways that we like to progress our athletes. Building strong and powerful athletes is what we do right here at Boost. Grind hard, stay solid.
basketball environment that's going to be created here.
KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
Hey, what's up, ladies? Oh, you're from around these parts, eh? Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan. What's up in Canada, eh?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, live and amplified every single day of your life, 3 to 6 p.m. Hey, we're ending early again.
What?
Yeah, Mike Lindskog texted me today.
He did?
He said, guys, the people of the IE want more Mike Lindskog, less Jeff Gorham. That's what he texted me.
That SOB.
So they're coming on at 5:40. They're cutting us off by 20 minutes.
Yes, Lindskog and his sidekick.
Old Chappy Chap.
Old Chappy Chap.
Scoggy Skog and Chappy Chap.
Well, I can't wait to talk to those guys because no one texts me. I'm just Jeff.
That's what he said. That's what he told me.
Hey, aren't we going to go out and throw a ball at one of these games?
A first pitch?
A first pitch?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
We're going to do it at some point.
Hey, you have a glove? And I'll bring my glove. We'll go out and practice in the parking lot. After the show, we'll go throw a
father-son time.
Yeah, well, yeah. We'll go out. I just want to see if you can catch a baseball.
Of course I can catch a baseball.
You can't either.
I played shortstop.
Oh, that's right. But until when?
I was like 13.
But you can actually catch. Do you throw like a girl?
No, I throw really well.
You throw well?
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this.
I got great aim.
I got something for you. This is a great one. This morning, I'm working basketball camp. I'm Coach Gorham. I'm ready.
Where's your whistle?
Oh, my whistle's in the car because I took it off today.
You wore it during the show yesterday.
I even blew it during the show.
Yes, you did.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I had a big glass of water, a big water cup. It was a cup.
You're on right here. You're on the water diet.
Well, I had a big cup, and it was no top on it, and I was dressed. I had some nice shorts on, some shoes, really nice shoes, and I'm walking out to my car, and if anybody was on my street this morning, they saw that I took a big tumble.
You fell?
I fell on my face. I mean,
Why?
literally,
How?
and the water went all over me, all over my shoes. I had to go inside and change my socks.
Why did you have to change your socks?
Everything.
Everything. It fell all over my shoes and socks. That was the big one. So I got to save the shirt, but man, I took a tumble. And it wasn't even it was a horrible fall.
Wait, like your front lawn in the driveway?
Yes.
Like where?
Okay, so I walk out my luxurious mansion and I walk out this door.
Gorham Manor.
My 10-story door or my 10-foot door. I walk out and I'm stepping and I step down the first little step. Then the second step goes to the where the grass would be. I was supposed to hang a quick right, but I twisted it fell like on my ankle and just fell right into the lawn. As hard as possible. I almost impaled myself on an American flag. Those little ones.
Oh,
I got them there.
Stars and Stripes.
I almost was killed by the Stars and Stripes. Almost impaled. But I felt like a giraffe that was just born, or like Bambi. Remember? I just fell to the floor, and I was just lying on the grass.
So do you lay there for a moment and gather yourself, or do you try to pop back up? Like, who saw that? Did anyone see that? Nobody saw that.
It hurts too much to get up that fast, so I laid there for a minute. I think
all wet,
and I think I let out a whimper. There was a whimper, and no one. I looked around to make sure. I was laying on my back, so I was looking around.
So you went back into the house.
Went back in the house
and changed.
Was
your wife still there?
No. My mom was there because she was babysitting.
She's like, "What are you doing back here? Did you just leave?"
And then my shoes sounded like this when I was walking in. I'm like, man, I just fell, and I had grass all over me. It was just a nightmare. But
what did your mom do?
Laugh. She was laughing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she went into mom mode. Oh, little Jeff, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Where does it hurt?
Where's the cotton balls and Bactine, honey? Oh, you need some Neosporin on that.
Yeah.
No, I was fine. It was just a total embarrassment. I think I was blocked by my mother's car and my car. But if anybody in the Stately Gorham Manor in the vicinity could have saw me fall like a deer,
that's rough.
Like a newborn deer, horrible, embarrassing.
And that's how your day started.
That's how it started. But it did get great. I was hanging out with little kids.
You're at the UC Riverside basketball camp again.
I was blowing whistles. I was defensive slides. I was showing them how to dribble.
Do you put up shots when you're out there?
Yeah,
just
but
for fun?
Yeah, but the balls are about the size of tennis balls. These are little kids.
Oh, they use the little. Okay, gotcha.
But it does make me feel like I'm a giant because the kids are all up to my knees. And these balls are tiny, and I walk around and I go, oh, I'm huge. You're just little kids. Ha, 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 ha. I'm holding this ball like a tennis ball. Kid, don't look at me. I'll squeeze your head right off. Yeah, I feel like a giant. It's the best. The best. But no, it's a great time. UCR basketball, the mini Highlanders camp going on this week. It's just, they're crazy.
You got your UCR shirt on.
I got my
flying
UCR.
The colors.
Yeah, it was wet, though, earlier. It was wet. But it was black.
Well, did you change the shirt?
No.
Just what?
Because I didn't have another clean UCR shirt.
Got to go with
so
it.
I had to go with
they
it.
They dry fast. It's like the dry fit material.
It was fine. But my T-shirt underneath, I had to change because that was wet. Now it would have stayed wet for quite a while.
That must have been a huge bucket of water you were carrying.
It was good 44 ounces of water, buddy. All on me.
Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You can spoil your vehicle and yourself. You can feel better about your entire life. If you go to Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, get your oil change every 3,000 or 5,000 miles at Spoiled off of Alessandro Boulevard. You guys know where it's at, right off the 215 freeway, kind of smack dab between the Riv and Moreno Valley. All right, listen, let's talk high school football here. I'm excited. High school football cannot come soon enough in my part.
No.
In my part of the world, it's what makes me tick.
What do you mean? It makes us both tick. I am the voice of Riverside TV.
Yes,
you are the voice of IEMG Friday Night Football.
We do a lot of foosball.
16 games I got next year, buddy. 16.
We do a lot of foosball because we love the foosball. And we're already game planning for this upcoming season. Who's got the big games? Who's going to be good? Who are the best players to watch? If you listen or watch the Inland Sports Show, we've already been knee-deep in all this stuff, Jeff.
Yes.
Talk about the top quarterbacks, the biggest storylines, who's going to make the biggest impact. And we're going to continue to do this for days as we lead into Week 0. Today, though, just first glance, some of the biggest matchups for 2018. And again, I'm still digging through all of the schedules. I like to put together one master schedule of all the games, all the teams in the Inland Empire sorted week by week by week. So that way, every single week, we could really sink our teeth into those games and really know we're getting the most out of it for the IE. Because we want to be at all the big games. We want to talk about the big games. So I'm compiling this big list. In fact, I was doing the list while watching Lost in Space, the new Netflix series.
Ooh, good show.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And I was thinking about it. Yeah, did I tell you we got a rower?
What?
I didn't tell you this, did I? Okay, so you know, like a rowing machine.
Yes, but see, you row and you go nowhere.
You go nowhere.
Yeah.
So I was working on this master list while watching Lost in Space, and then when I was done, time to take a break, I was still thinking high school football, and I was like, man, already plotting. What are we going to do that first week of week 0? I hopped on the rower, and I start rowing away. My wife bought a rower, and it's kind of like an elliptical, but it's a rower. It just sits right there in the living room. It's actually kind of fun. Grab the handlebars, sit on this little seat, goes up, down, like you're rowing a boat.
Yeah.
So I do it for like 30 minutes, stewing about high school football, because I'm just marinating on high school football these days. Maybe the biggest game, and you guys, if you're listening out there, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Tweet us at inland_sports. Make sure you follow us for sure on Twitter. Tweet us. The biggest game this season. We want to hear from you. But at first glance, as I'm digging through all the schedules, I'd have to say the biggest game might be September 21st as Heritage plays on the road at Cajon.
Ooh, Coach Broach!
Listen, it's not for a league title. They're not even in the same playoff division, so they won't see each other again down the road. But that's the biggest non-league game, September 21st.
Yeah, that's bragging rights. That's Jaden Daniels going against that great Heritage defense, Coach Broach, and that offensive line. They always have great running backs. It's going to be smash mouth football versus air up there. Cajon is going to be throwing the ball all over the field. It's going to be a good one.
It was, I believe, 2015 when they met in the CIF semifinals. That seems like a long time ago. Obviously, the players have changed. Coach Rogers and Coach Broach, they're still around, but the players have changed. But that semifinal game, that was one of the great games I ever saw in person. And it was a semifinal game. It was unbelievable. It was a big matchup.
Yeah,
and now we get to see it again.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because Heritage every single year brings in these, they just breed these giant offensive linemen from that part of Menifee. The fee grows strong with the FFA. I'm telling you, any school, FFA. You look at all the good schools in the area, Norco, Beaumont, Heritage, they're one city, one town, one school, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the common denominator is? They're all FFA. Don't
all schools have FFA?
No!
They don't?
No. Not even close. Norte Vista's good. You know why? Because they have FFA. That is because they are always wrestling cows, eating cows. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Those schools, they're doing something secretive. There's a secret society.
Maybe there's tough kids.
They are tough.
FFA kids.
Yeah, because they got to fight and wrestle sheep, pigs, horses, mutton busting. They're doing. That's right. They're doing it all. But yeah, Heritage, tough core guys. Cajon, the super athletes. That will be a great game.
I'm excited about this one. We know Cajon's loaded again. Jaden Daniels is back. Darren Jones, the big tall receiver. That's September 21st, so that'll be right before they get into league play. But at least on paper, that one might be the juiciest non-league game that you're going to see around. Cajon's also going to play Murrieta Valley.
Hank Bachmeier!
That's probably the top two quarterbacks, right, in the IE going head-to-head.
That'll
Again,
be great.
They played last year at San Bernardino Valley College. I think it was 49-46. The Nighthawks won by 3, but that was one of those shootout games that whoever had the football last was probably going to win it. You know what I mean? They were scoring at such a rapid pace that if you had possession at the end and had time, you're probably going to drive down and win the game. I think this is going to be another great game featuring two of the top teams, Murrieta Valley's Division I, Cajon's Division III. This time it's down at Murrieta Valley.
Yeah, Murrieta Valley, though, is without their offensive coordinator, who went on to go back to be the head coach at Rancho Verde. And they're without Spiker. Spiker's the most decorated receiver of all time in California. So we're going to see a different Murrieta Valley team, but still Hank Bachmeier, the big key there.
And one other game that we want to touch on in this segment, and we go back to Heritage for this one. Heritage will host the Rancho Verde on October 26th. Now, October 26th, as bizarre as this sounds, that is the final week of the regular season. Rancho Verde at Heritage, if you're asking me, that will decide the Ivy League championship. Remember, it's the new Rain Cross Conference. The top tier is the Ivy League. This is now a league game. This was a CIF championship game a couple of years ago. In fact, that's one of the best high school football games I've ever seen. Heritage beat Rancho Verde 34-33, and Rancho Verde had a shot. They had a field goal attempt at the very end to win it. They missed it. Heritage won by 1. Now this is a league game. This is exciting, and it will be the final week of the regular season. So I feel like Rancho Verde and Heritage will be on a collision course all throughout the season, throughout Ivy League play, and it will come down to that one final night to decide the Ivy League champion. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, new head coach at Rancho Verde, should say new but old, is back. And then you have Brock White, the great quarterback, and Jefferson, the running back. That's a pretty good tandem.
It's going to be a fantastic game. Again, we've seen him play in the past. I think it was the Central Division Championship when they played a couple of years ago. That was right before they started going to the new playoff format, and they numbered the divisions. I think it was the Central Division. It was at Heritage. I remember being there. It was an awesome game. Now we get to see him do it all over again, kind of like Heritage versus Cajon. But now this time, Rancho Verde and Heritage is a league game. You know Pete Duffy's going to have his guys ready. Yes. They're probably going to score a lot of points. And it's kind of like Cajon. Cajon and Rancho Verde, I think, are very similar. Heritage kind of takes that, hey, we're going to pound that football. We're going to be big, strong, and physical. And it works for them down there in Romo Land.
Yeah, they'll have a pretty decent, they always have a decent quarterback, but they'll have like a 2'6" running back that'll get 700 yards. That's just the way they're built over there.
Do you consider them Romo Land or the Fee?
No, they're the Fee, buddy. They're the Fee. Don't ever say that again.
Deep in the Fee.
I don't even know if Romo Land exists anymore.
It's a real place.
Yeah, but I don't think it exists.
No, if you
keep going, I still think it's. I think it's gone. I think it's been absorbed.
If you go on Max Preps, I think it lists Heritage as Romo Land.
Then they're stupid land. Because I believe I know it says that, but I believe that.
I'm checking.
I think Menifee ate Romo Land. I believe it is now the Fee, even though whatever Max Prep said.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah. No, but there are a lot of games, a lot of great games that we're going to be able to cover this year. Rev Norco.
All right, let's do this. Let's take a break.
Oh, we're going to go back and keep talking about this?
Let's do a break. When we come back, we will talk about Rev against Jeff gets all excited. He's just like, Rev Norco.
Sorry.
Rev Norco. We're also going to talk about more of those big CBL games. And Centennial has another huge game coming up with an out-of-state school. They love those out-of-state matchups. And so do we. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels in all sports. Everyone's checking out Boost. Check them out for yourself. Hey, the Saturday morning strength and speed class is a great way to start. You're going to see instant results. You're going to love it. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. That's boosttrainingsystems.com, Boost Performance Training. We come back. We're going to get to Rev against Norco. That's what Jeff wants to talk about. Those CBL games, plus another big Norco game. Norco's got several huge non-league games. We're going to break those down as they go for 32 straight years.
I will also read off what we're going to cover Riverside TV very quickly.
Do you have the schedule?
I have it right here.
Can we make that public?
Yes, we can.
Okay. When we come back. The Inland Sports Show. Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
You play ball like a girl!
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
So you talk to the radio?
On Fox Sports IE 1350 for breaking news, exclusive interviews, and big-name guests in the IE.
Need a job or time for an upgrade in your career?
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
I looked and I still don't know what I think it's David Bowie, right?
Yeah, let's dance, baby. Put on those red shoes and dance the blues. Yeah, baby.
You guys are so weird. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. They've been here more than 40 years. They're doing something right. They don't call it Ken Sporting Bads. They call it goods.
Yeah, that was the
It's
worst.
all goods.
That might have been the worst. Would that be a pun?
Yeah.
That was the worst pun I've ever heard.
It was pretty good.
It was really bad.
Do you go to a Sporting Bad store?
No.
No, you go to Sporting Goods.
Yeah, and that was horrible.
You know why? Because everything is all good at Ken Sporting Goods.
Well, yeah, they got it all. Everything. You want some tape? You want a cup? You want a bat? You want a ball? They've got it all at Ken Sporting Goods. See, that's how you do it.
Thank you, Jeff. KenSportingGoods.com. Off the 15 freeway in Norco. You guys know where it's at. Everybody goes there. All right, we're talking about our big high school football matchups as we continue our 2018 preview. And listen, this preview is going to go deep into July, into August, before we hit week 0. So every single day we'll be talking some high school football, except next week. We're all off.
What?
Mike Linskog gave us the day off. The whole week off, in fact. The Quakes will be here all next week. We will not. The Inland Sports Show will be on hiatus for a week as we all get a little bit of downtime, except for Greg Holla, because you know what I say? Money don't sleep.
Yeah, but that's free agency. We're gonna have a Laker team the following week. We're gonna have a lot to digest.
Do you want to come in? You can do the show.
I'm not gonna be here. You and I are gonna go on vacation together.
We are?
Yes, our families are gonna be intertwined. We gotta introduce those children sometime.
Can I go full disclosure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeff has. You remember we were talking yesterday? We all have dreams.
Yes.
I heard what Greg Holla's dream is. He's got big dreams.
Yeah.
He's hoping. He's praying. He's dreaming. Jeff's got one dream. This is a real dream, and it could happen next week.
But I was dreaming from Palmdale.
No, don't read the Paul
Oh,
George.
no, that was the Paul George.
That's
My fault.
the
That was Paul
worst.
George.
That's the
Sorry.
worst. No,
Sorry.
this is a real dream that Jeff has. Because we're like brothers, so I feel like we're all friends here, too, so I feel like I could share this. You've got one dream, Jeff.
I do.
Your one dream is for you and I to host the Inland Sports Show in bed. 2 separate beds.
Whoa, yeah, we do.
But in bed, right? Is that your...
We almost did it though this year. We were on the road somewhere. We were so close.
I blame UCR.
It was kind of like Lucy. Remember the show I Love Lucy? They would show
separate beds.
They had separate beds.
Yeah.
And you and I we were going to get in our pajamas and we were going to do the show from
You
bed.
wanted to so bad. That was your one dream.
That would have been. Are we going to do that next week?
We all got dreams.
No.
I'm just saying next week could be the day.
Well, we're going to be vacationing together all over the place. Our kids are going to be swimming together. You know, Budding Love will be there. Budding Love next week.
No.
Yeah. Your daughter's
barriers, there's boundaries, there's borders. I'm building a wall.
Your daughter's last names are going to be Gorhams.
No.
I can't wait, Pep. You and I are going to be tied together till death. One of us is going to die first. I'm going to bet it's you because I am going to live
You're on the
forever.
water diet.
Yeah, I'm on the water diet. I'm going to live forever.
See, the girls' families have to pay for the wedding. This is messed up.
That's all right. I'm rich. I'll take care of it. No problem. The yacht. We'll get married on the yacht. On the yacht. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
One of these days, we will do the show while laying in bed. Separate beds.
Separate.
But while lying in bed. And it almost happened. I blame UCR because if they won that first Big West Conference game of the tournament, we would have went back to the hotel and got all snuggled up in bed and done the show live.
I think we should do the show in bed while I spoon you. I'll be the big spoon. You be the little spoon. There's nothing weird about it. Nothing weird. Nothing. But sometimes I feel like you need a hug. You need to be held.
No, I don't need any hugs.
You need to be held.
No.
I'm going to hold you before
before
Friday. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to hug you, Pep, because you don't seem like a huggable. Like
I'm not.
No. I'm going to give you the best bear hug.
Stay away.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're going to get hugged because I'm going to miss you for a week, buddy. I might even cry before Friday. Just know it's coming. You're going to get a big hug. You too, Greg.
Oh.
Greg, he just gave me a thumbs up though.
Group hug.
He's open to a big hug.
Big group hug?
Yeah, big group hug.
All of us.
Yeah. Oh, Kono in the Kono
he's
sandwich.
so little, though. He'll be in the middle. He won't even know he's there.
Yeah, I don't want him around my hips or anything. That's just weird. Be hugging my legs and stuff like a kid. It's like
but
my
you'll
son.
spoon me, and that's not.
No, that's not weird. No, because I get very cold at night. And you do, too. You need a little hug. Yeah. You're the little spoon. I'm the big spoon. Yeah, I can't wait. Look at your face. You're like red. You're like, oh, my gosh. Jeff said he'd spoon me. I would spoon you. Because, I'm very in touch with my masculinity.
All I can say is I can't be more thankful that UCR gave us separate rooms.
The only time it's okay to spoon another man if you're in the forest and it's
your life depends on it, right?
0, yes. And
hey,
you have to.
We're going camping. You never know.
All right, back to the high school football talk here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m., except next week because Jeff and I will be on vacation.
Together.
Jeff got all excited. You love this Rev Norco match.
Yes, that's a big one. Nick Lasher.
It's a big, juicy one because we talked about this yesterday. Norco's going to be good. They're going to make the playoffs 32 straight years. I can just feel it. But Redlands East Valley, I feel like this is going to be the litmus test, the barometer, because they're going to have a new head coach with Rich Lunsford. We got to figure out how good are these Wildcats going to be. Even if they don't beat Norco, and I think Norco is going to be really good, I think we're going to learn a lot about if Redlands East Valley is able to sustain the success that they've had now that Kurt Bruick is at Citrus Valley. Does that make sense? I want to see how good they stack up to Norco so I know how well they're going to stack up in the CBL.
Yeah, and I think the transition will be pretty seamless. I think Coach Lunsford will probably run similar stuff to what Bruick ran, but he will add more to it as the years go on. But he is one of those coaches, though, that can really alter a game. He's a very, very good tactician. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rev run something different starting this year. He ran ground and pound, but I know he likes to run the spread if he has those kind of guys. So you never know what we're going to get from the Lunsford.
Yeah, we talked about Rich Lunsford before. Excuse me. He's done our show a couple times, and we do appreciate it. He got the most out of what he had at Arlington. Because remember, Arlington had not been pretty good for a while. And he got in there, maybe not with not the most talent in the world, but he got the most out of it. And they were 7-3 last year, I think it was? They were good last year.
They had a great running back. They ran that.
8-3, I think they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they did make the playoffs. And they ran that similar stuff that Ken Batdorf runs. They ran a version of the double wing. They ran a lot of stuff off of those big linemen. They had great interior linemen there offensively. That was a very good team, a very good a good system for what they had at Arlington, to say the least.
Wait, is that right?
What happened?
It says the Clippers have traded Austin Rivers to the Wizards for Marcin Gortat. Is that right? Is that trending right now?
I don't know. Let me take a look.
I just found it. We're low on producers today.
Now, why would they draft, or why would he trade his own son, for gosh sakes? Austin, hey, son, get the hell out of here. Well, Dad, I'm sorry I didn't clean my room. I'm trading you.
Didn't he just sign a new contract with the Clippers?
He did.
Austin Rivers?
Yeah, he's getting paid.
All right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, but that's what it's being reported right now. Breaking news: Austin Rivers to the Washington Wizards. But high school football talk here. Speaking of Redlands East Valley and Rich Lunsford, I know you guys all want to mark this on your calendar. October 19th, Rev will take on Citrus Valley, and it will be at Citrus Valley as Kurt Bruick will go against his Wildcats for the very first time. Right? I mean, so many storylines. That one's juicy just for that simple fact.
That could be very, very strange, to say the least. As I look here, yes, he was traded.
It's true.
It is true.
It is true.
I'm going to Clipper Nation, and he was traded.
All right, so Rev against Citrus Valley, October 19th. That'll be a juicy one as Kurt Bruick will go up against Rev for the very first time. And Kurt Bruick will make his head coaching debut of the Blackhawks when they play at Valley View on August 24th. That's a great game. Valley View has been very strong the last couple of years. That's going to be a great game. Great test for Kurt Bruick and his new team, Citrus Valley. And that's week 1, so that's not week 0. So that's going to be week 1. So week 0 will be the 17th. The following week, we'll see Kurt Bruick's first game in the gold and black. I think it's Vegas gold, to be technical.
Yeah, and Jacob Bartlage, the great senior quarterback. That's a great great game, great quarterback. I love watching good quarterbacks, and the Inland Empire's definitely not short on any this year. Plenty to go around.
And 2 other games real quick. Centennial's going to play Chandler from Arizona once again. I was there, I don't think it was this past season. I think it was 2 years ago when they played. That was one of the best high school football games I'd ever been to. It was a shootout, not a lot of defense, but so many incredible offensive players. It went back and forth. Centennial gutted it out at the end. Tanner McKee had one of those fantastic games. Tanner McKee can actually run a little bit. I think people forget about that. He had those long legs. He's 6'6". The guy can move. Miles Reed was the running back. He had a huge game. That was one of the great high school football games that I've been able to see in person. It was fantastic. In fact, they played at Norco High School. I forget what.
That's right. It was Norco.
I think it'd be like a neutral site or something like that.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
At Norco High School. So they're going to play again. At least according to the schedule, it's going to be at Centennial High School, and that's week 0. That's August 17th. And then in September, on the 7th, Vista Marietta will host Norco. Jeff, if you remember last year, Norco and Vista Marietta, both of them, they started off very slowly, but they both had really tough non-league schedules. I mean, daunting. They both played really good teams in non-league play. Now they're going to go head-to-head against one another. And Vista Marietta has the new head coach, Coach Peterson, who's the disciple of Coley Candell. We're going to get to see him go up against this Norco team that we think very highly of. I think that has the making of a huge non-league game. Vista Marietta is still Division I. Norco's Division II, but this is going to be a great non-league game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Norco, they've got a tough schedule. We've mentioned them a couple times. The Rev Norco game and then the Vista Marietta game. Vista Marietta looking to make a splash again. A lot of their players have kind of spread out and gone to different places, Marietta Valley, Temecula Valley, Linfield Christian. They've kind of taken away that talent pool from Vista Marietta, but we'll see if their new coach can bring back the highlights of the olden days.
All right, so those are just some of the best games that we found. I know there's probably some other big ones out there as well. Please follow us on Twitter at @inland_sports. Let us know what is the big game this upcoming season, non-league or in league play. Doesn't matter to us. We want to hear about it all. Have you ever wondered who has the best NFL fans? Do you sit up at night and think about that?
All the time. I
Greg
can't.
Holland's like, no, I don't, because I know it's the Raiders.
The
Raiders!
I can't sleep sometimes. I have to take many, many Ambiens just to get to sleep because I'm thinking about the fans of the NFL all the time. That's all I think about, Pep.
Well, you know what? You're going to sleep well tonight because we're going to put an end to the discussion when we come back. A professor, a scientist, a doctor, he got to the bottom of it. He has a very complicated formula. We are going to tell you the best fans in the NFL, also the worst fans in the NFL.
Ooh.
We got both when we come back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Jeremy, you're amazing!
Oh, God, I think you're amazing.
Oh, my God, don't ever leave me.
Ever.
Good. Because I'd find you.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Oh, we love breaking news in these parts. Always scanning the wires, what's trending on Twitter. We broke it in the last segment. As you know, we kind of mixed it in with the high school football, but it was there. The Clippers have traded Austin Rivers to the Washington Wizards for how do you pronounce that? Marcin Gortat?
The Martian. The Martian Gortat.
He's a big
looks,
man.
He looks like me, which is really bad, but I'm still better looking. Yeah. But I think that they're probably going to sign, or the trade was to clear some cap space. I don't believe it's for LeBron or Kawhi.
Well, they're saying that DeAndre Jordan could be on the way out. Do you think they're actually bringing in a new center because they're either DeAndre Jordan's going to opt out or he's going to sign and they're going to trade him?
Well, here's the deal. They would probably sign and trade. The rumors are that he might go back to Dallas. Remember, Dallas was part of that deal.
They wanted him the first time.
So DeAndre Jordan, if he stays, that's fine. But if he stays in, he's going to get a boatload of money for that 1 year. I don't see him signing to a max long-term deal because he's going to be 31 years old. Let's be honest here. He's going to be 36 as a center and legs on him. Can't score. Averages 12 points a game.
Yeah, what do the Clippers want with him?
I mean, yeah, it's with Martian, the Gortat, nothing. I think they're just going to clear some space. He's probably on the cheap. But Austin Rivers, how would you like to be? You know what? The Clippers are splitting up families. Did you know that? The Clippers are splitting up a family.
Well, hold on. I thought Doc Rivers was the president.
No!
Or the GM.
He was fired. Don't you recall? Last year, he was fired. Lawrence Frank is now the president and GM.
Wait, so Lawrence Frank and Jerry West and those guys got together
and said,
so you know what?
They said, Rivers, we're trading your son.
Did he just sign a new contract with the Clippers?
Well, he signed it last year when Dad was the general manager and president.
No, but recently, didn't he take the player option?
He took the player option, but yeah, that was all done because of his dad. But how would you feel, though? Honest to goodness, Pep. I know how I would feel if they said, hey, Jeff, we've just traded little Luke to the Denver Nuggets. And I'm the coach. I'm supposed to be coaching. It's my team. I'd be a little upset. But they did draft 2 guards, so you got to figure that somebody had to go. Austin Rivers had the best season he's had all his entire career last year. So maybe they get that big man, Marcin Gortat, come off the bench.
You know what? I'm going to take the flip side of it real quick.
All right.
I'm going to take the side like, okay, if you had your son on the NBA team and they traded him away, you said you'd be a little upset.
Yeah.
I almost think that maybe it's a huge relief because you guys look at me. I'm very lovable and friendly. I've always got a smile on my face. I'm in a good mood every single day. You guys wouldn't believe this, but there's an unsavory side to me.
What?
My kids know about it. Yeah, there's an unsavory side. So, there is. If I was the coach, I would be like, man, let's say I had a son. My son knows all my secrets. He knows all these, now he's out of my hair. He can go do his thing. I'll go do my thing. Maybe he's like, whew. So maybe he went to Lawrence Frank behind the scenes like, man.
You got to get my kid out of here.
You got to get my kid out of here. This is, it's so hard to coach my own kid. He knows all, he knows how to push my buttons. He won't listen to me. I'm his dad. He just rolls his eyes at me. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. But I'm just taking the other side.
But his dad did get the best of him because Rivers had his best year last year. He averaged 15 points, 4 assists.
He had a great year.
And 3 rebounds per game. But I'll tell you what, he was drafted 10th overall. Remember, he was a Duke guy.
Yeah, Duke.
In the 2012 draft by the Hornets. But then he spent the last 4 years with his dad. So, goodbye, son.
Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe he's thinking behind the scenes.
It's time to fly away, son.
Get out of here.
Now I can go out and carouse and do all the things I want. That's what you were saying, Pep.
No,
that's what you were saying.
You can take unsavory however you want.
Unsavory?
I'm just saying, having your son around all the time, watching every single move.
Now I can eat 2. I can eat 2 double-doubles rather than 1, and he won't tell Mom because Mom won't know.
Mom wants me on a salad and water diet, but I am going and getting 2 double cheeseburgers on the way home, and nobody's going to know about it because now he's playing for Washington.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, and Marcin Gortat, he's played, this is his 13th year. He only averaged 8 points a game and 7 rebounds. I think it's really just a salary move. They're probably going to waive him. They're going to send the Martian will go back to Mars and play wherever. Remember, I think he was with Orlando for a long time. Do you remember the big bald guy?
Yeah, that's him.
That's him. Big, not as good looking as me, but big bald guy. Yeah.
This is the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Save $500 on any vehicle at Catalano Motors, but only when you mention the Inland Sports Show. We are here to help. Oh, what's that? You want to hear about the best NFL fan bases?
Yes.
Okay. So this guy, this really smart guy, way smarter than all of us combined, he came up with this equation. Had to do with ticket sales, merchandise sales, followers on social media, all these sorts of things, and he kind of put it in a blender, mashed it all together, and he came out with some results from this big, fancy, scientific equation. Really scientific. Greg Holla doesn't need to see it because he knows who has the best fans. The silver and black of the Raiders. But he did it. Greg Holla knows there's no fans out there like Raider fans. It goes deep into that black hole. Deep in that black hole with those Raider fans. But the scientist did it anyways.
Beep, boop, boop, boop. The computer. Okay, so who was number one, Pep?
The best fans in the NFL. Number one. Number one in the National Football League.
Who is it, Pep?
According to this nerd. The Dallas Cowboys, everybody.
What? America's team?
The Dallas Cowboys have the number one fans in the NFL, according to this very scientific and deep study. I don't think he equated the black hole.
I don't see the black hole anywhere on this.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
This guy is the big loser. He sat in his room, hunkered down in his lab with a pen and the pad.
And hot Cheetos.
And this is what he came up with. So Dallas is the number one team in the NFL, according to the fans. The fans have they're the best fans. Also on the top 5, a very close second to Dallas, the New England Patriots.
What?
Followed by the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
Cool uniform.
The New York Giants. And the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Steelers.
Yep.
Where are the Raiders ranked in this?
Didn't mention the Raiders, Greg Holla.
They were not even a mention.
So the top 5, once again, Cowboys, Patriots, Eagles, Giants, and Steelers.
Now, those are the best. Who, my friend, are the worst?
The worst fans in the NFL. Let's see. It's counting up from 32. So let me start backwards.
Okay.
I believe it's going to go. I'll go from, let's say number 1's the worst. So I'll start at 5 and work to the worst. The number 1 worst fan base in the NFL, if I'm reading this correctly, is the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. What can Brown do for you? Obviously nothing.
But you know what? Even though they're awful,
they still get a good use.
Still, number 5. Let's see. This is the worst fan bases counting up from 32. So the first team on this list is the worst. Okay, got it right. Okay, Cleveland Browns, followed by the Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars.
People forget about Jacksonville. They're actually pretty good. They could go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, they won't.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs?
Here's what they say about the Chiefs. They have a very deep and loyal fan base, but there's not a lot of them.
What do you mean?
Outside of Kansas City, there's just not a lot of them, but they're very deep and loyal.
Yeah. Who's next?
The LA Rams.
What are you talking about? They have the greatest fan base in the world. I love them. Everybody loves the Rams. Woo! Rams!
And the Titans.
I can see
those are the worst fans in the NFL. One more other thing. We got, another minute or two here. So here's how much money that fans spend on their team. So who has the most money? They're out there just spending it right and left on their favorite team. The three best in no particular order. These fans spend more money on their team than anybody else. The Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Patriots.
Come on.
The worst? You ready for the worst? Like who spends the least on their teams?
Yeah.
The Jaguars, the Rams.
What?
And the Raiders.
You gotta be kidding me.
Listen, it's a nerd. A nerd did this. I don't know who. I don't know this guy from Adam.
Hey, he doesn't go to the malls around Southern California.
He's never been to the black hole.
They have Raiders shops all over the place.
You're right.
What's going on here?
You're right.
They have no clue. Not a damn clue.
He did the study.
You know why?
Why?
We buy bootlegs. We fight under the table.
Oh, you go to the swap meet.
Yeah.
You go to the swap meet.
The Mexican swap meet.
If you win in the black market.
Not official merchandise.
I did tell you, though. Remember I told you I went to the swap meet a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy some Chrome. You know, I love the cologne. The guy's like, oh, yeah, here's Chrome. I got it for $10. I'm like, wow, that's normally, like, really expensive.
What a deal.
So I bought it, and I opened up the package, and it said Chromium, and it smelled like it smelled horrible. Yeah, it was bad.
It says Chrome.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. This isn't Chrome I was hoping for. Chromium.
Okay, one more thing. I'll make this real fast.
All right.
This is on social media. The teams that have the most fans on social media, how passionate they are, how they engage with them. The best, Patriots, Cowboys, and Steelers. The worst on social media, the Rams, the Jaguars, and the Titans. So take it for what it's worth. I don't completely buy all this stuff, but that's what his study suggests.
The stupid guy in the basement. There he is.
When we come back, we got your Dodgers in lineup for tonight against the Cubs. Major League Baseball scores and all you guys who tweeted us about Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. We're going to read those tweets next on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Would you like to come over and study tonight?
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
So you talk to the radio?
On Fox Sports IE 1350 for breaking news.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment proudly brought to you by the good people at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Everybody who drives a car has to get their oil changed, or you will break down on the side of the road and you will reconsider your entire life. But if you go to Spoiled, your car is going to feel great. You're going to feel great. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change off of Alessandro Boulevard. My favorite part of the show, and I'm not talking about the part where Jeff spoons me. It's the Dodgers lineup. You guys ready for this?
I am excited.
Let's do some Dodger baseball. I got the lineup tonight as they take on the Cubs, and then we got your Angels score coming up because right now they're already down to the Red Sox. Not a good start in Boston. All right, here's your Dodgers lineup as they take on the Cubs tonight. Big win last night, 2-1 against the Cubs to open up a 10-game homestand. Here's how the Dodgers will run out tonight. Kike Hernandez, who's had the hottest bat for the Dodgers, leading off and playing shortstop. Chris Taylor's been a little banged up despite a pinch hit home run last night, so Chris Taylor's not in the lineup once again. But Kike leading off, he's been great. Hitting second at third base, your boy JT. Hitting third, he's going to be an all-star in left field, Matt Kemp. The cleanup hitter at first base, Max Muncy. Hitting fifth, and this is kind of a surprise, hitting fifth is Logan Forsythe at second base. Hitting sixth, Cody Bellinger in center field. In right field and hitting seventh, Yasiel Puig. Behind the plate, the pride of Riverside Poly High School, one of the finest Bears we have ever seen, Austin Barnes. He will be catching Ross Stripling tonight. Kind of interesting here because Logan Forsythe is hitting fifth. Max Muncy, we've seen him like basically all over the order, but he's been hitting, in the second spot quite a bit. Now he's hitting cleanup tonight. So Dave Roberts continues to adjust the lineup here and there to try to find something that works. But right now, Kike's your leadoff man. And it's almost like it's top heavy. Nothing against the rest of the lineup, but you're putting Kike, JT, Kemp, and Muncy. First 4 hitters in that order. Bang, 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 bang. Probably your 4 hottest hitters right now for that Dodger lineup. Just my thoughts and opinions out loud.
No, they're good thoughts and opinions. And tell you what, they're playing at a high level, and like you said, the Angels are going the opposite direction.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to there next. The Angels taking on the Boston Red Sox. Do you have the score right in front of you? Do you see who hit a home run for the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Mookie Betts has gone deep. We were just talking about, man, is he better than Mike Trout? No way. Well, guess who has a home run? Mookie Betts has a home run for Boston. They have jumped on top of the Angels right now in the 3rd inning. The Red Sox lead the Halos by a score of 5-1.
Yeah, Angels just are not scoring any runs. The last 4 games, they just haven't put any runs on the scoreboard. They have 1 run today off a solo home run, but other than that, they have just been shut down. The starting pitching for the Angels has been horrendous, and then you have David Price, one of the best pitchers in baseball for Boston, who's throwing a gem right now.
A couple other Major League Baseball scores in progress right now on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Tampa Bay blanked Washington 1-0. So they beat Max Scherzer. Big win for the Rays, and the guy who did it all. In fact, he was working on a no-no for a while. Nathan Eovaldi, a former Dodger getting the start for Tampa Bay. 1-0 the final score there. That one has gone final. These games are in progress now. The Yankees on top of the Phillies, 5-0. Orioles and Mariners, they're all square at 1 apiece in the 4th inning. Also in the 4th inning, Mets and Pirates, New York on top, 2-0. In the 3rd, the Tigers on top of the A's, 3-0. We mentioned that the Red Sox are leading the Halos 5-1. 3rd inning right now. This was for all the Dodger fans out there. Arizona leading Miami 2-0 right now in the 3rd inning. 2 complete between the Reds and the Braves. No score there, and they have just got underway in several other games. No score in the 1st between the Padres and the Rangers. No score between the Brewers and the Royals, also in the 1st, and no score between the Astros and the Blue Jays, also in the 1st inning. So those are your Major League Baseball scores up to date right here on the Inland Sports Show. Right now, let's get to our Twitter feed, Jeff, because do you remember what we put out there earlier today?
No.
You don't? Remember we asked the people, what do you think is going to happen with LeBron James and the Lakers? What are the Lakers going to do in free agency here? Because they've got some decisions to make. They do have some flexibility, but what are they going to do this offseason? And what's your hunch?
My hunch is that the Lakers are going to get LeBron James, and then everything else is going to fall into place. I think Paul George comes over, but you don't lose anybody. You don't have to trade anyone for him. The same with LeBron James. You keep that young core of guys. If you can get a guy like Kawhi Leonard, then you might have to wait until 2019, but I think you're going to get 2 very good players, LeBron James, Paul George.
All right, so we've had some great tweets. Let's read a couple of them quickly here on the Inland Sports Show. About LeBron James. Will he pick the Lakers? Where will he go in free agency? Renell Tagum said, I believe he's going to the Lakers. In his interview after the finals, he stated his family comes first. Keep in mind, his son committed to play at a high school in Los Angeles. Also, don't forget about his properties and affiliation in L.A. Plus, his family loves L.A. It's got to be the Lakers. That's a great, thoughtful answer.
That is.
Thank you, Renell Tagum. He makes some great points. If you put your family first and their family loves Disneyland, the beaches, the great weather, places to eat, cool things to do, LA's got it all.
Yeah, I agree 100%. LeBron James is going to be a Los Angeles Laker. There is no doubt in my mind. There is literally nothing in the cupboard left for him in Cleveland. We saw it this past season. It didn't work. He has the same core guy, same exact roster coming back next year. If he stays, the same result. They're going to lose actually earlier because you have teams like Boston with Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, who are coming back, and you have that young Philadelphia 76ers team led by Rookie of the Year, Ben Simmons.
Here's another one from our friend named Temple Al. He's a Philadelphia guy at Philly_bully. Again, we're only going to read a couple of these because we got to keep things moving here, but we appreciate all your guys' feedback. We really do. He says LeBron will only go to the Lakers if he knows Kawhi or Paul George will join him, preferably all three. Hoping it was the Sixers, but looking more and more like the Lakers.
I have to agree there. I disagree, though, with the big three, as they'd like to say. I think I'm now going to say, I thought Kawhi Leonard would be a Laker this year. I think Kawhi Leonard will be a Laker the following summer, and I do think that the Lakers get their big two this year. I think they get Paul George first, LeBron James second, and they're going to wait. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a process, just a 2-year process, but you will have the big three without losing those core guys. That's the big thing, Pep, is they won't lose those core young guys.
I still think Kawhi Leonard will not be on the Lakers this season, but I feel like it's almost inevitable. He will get traded somewhere, he'll play out the year, and then he will sign with the Lakers like he's wanted to do this entire time. That's what I think is going to happen.
And they're going to have that third contract next summer will be available, so
is he going to give his all to that one team, though? I mean,
sure. I mean, the guys are, if you're going to collect a paycheck, and it's going to be a massive paycheck, the only problem is with Kawhi Leonard is he has to sign this Supermax deal this season.
Yes.
Because it's one season removed from being either first team All-NBA.
So he's going to leave money out there if he doesn't.
He is going to leave money out there, and that's the whole key is, does he take away the $219 million that San Antonio will offer him, or will he just have to play this next year, take less money to be a Los Angeles Laker in 2019?
All right, let's read another one. This is from our guy Dennis Pope at Inland Fieldhouse. He says, of course LeBron is coming to the Lakers. He can't resist the pull to be Magic's buddy, Kobe's brother, and wear that purple and gold so he can play Big Daddy in L.A.
I agree, except for I don't know about the brother thing with Kobe. I think
Are they tight? I don't think they're tight, are they?
Well, I'm sure they're friends.
It doesn't look like it from the outside, right?
I would say they're friends. I mean, they played on the Olympic team together. It's not like you're going to just say, I don't like you, Kobe. I don't like you. I think there's a mutual respect there. I think Kobe doesn't have to worry about his legacy as far as LeBron being a Laker, because I'll tell you what, this has been Kobe's team. He's got 5 championships, 3 with Shaq, 2 without. He's built his own legacy. I think also Kobe is over all of that. He's very successful in his ventures. Look at him, Pep. He's an Oscar winner, for gosh sakes.
Exactly.
He's fine.
Good guy.
He's so great. He's so good at everything.
God, he is wonderful. Very artistic.
Hey, you know what? Our guy Daryl tweeted at us. I'm going to give Daryl some love. He doesn't get enough love.
He doesn't. He works really hard for us.
He doesn't get enough love.
Hey, do you think he's dreaming from Palmdale? Do you think when he was just a kid in his room, he was dreaming from Palmdale? We were dreaming too. While you dreamt, we built. We built for your arrival, Daryl. And while we dreamt, you built too. Becoming one of the greatest coverers of local volleyball. Life's most powerful dream are the ones that we realize ourselves. The ones that turn us into legends. That kid from Woodcrest Christian always knew it. Now the world will too. We love you, Daryl. Okay, what did Daryl say?
Man, you took the Lakers pitch to Paul George.
And I just pitched it to Daryl.
And it sounded like they wrote it for Daryl.
It was written for Daryl.
Daryl Trujillo. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. He's out there on the Inland Sports Trail getting all kinds of good volleyball action right now. I know it's only June, but he's out there.
He is.
Oh, he's out there. You'll see him.
What did Daryl have to say?
This is about Kawhi. Because, again, I feel like LeBron and Kawhi kind of hand in hand right now.
Yeah.
About Kawhi, he says, I think he goes to Boston. Doesn't want to deal with that Kardashian-Jenner curse in Philadelphia. The Celtics are ready to win, and that's what he wants. Okay. Daryl.
You know what, Daryl? Just keep dreaming from Palmdale, buddy. Keep dreaming from Palmdale.
That's our boy, Daryl.
That's our guy.
Chris Chaddick, the defensive coordinator for the Carter High School football Lions.
My mortal enemy?
Your mortal enemy.
What did he have to say?
He's chimed in as well. Big shout out to Coach Chaddick out there. He says he wants to get Kawhi Leonard on the Inland Sports Show. Or maybe, is he too quiet?
Oh! Bingo! Yeah, he's a big Celtics fan. Yeah, that was pretty good there. Good job, Chatty.
Oh, Coach Chaddick.
Good man, good man.
He's drawing up plays and coming up with jokes at the same time.
Yeah, he's one of our writers.
When we come back, Cullen Holt has tweeted us about some baseball. We're going to talk about Cullen's tweet.
Cullen, knock it off.
No, he won't leave us alone.
Just knock it off.
He loves us.
Did you see? Can we say this real fast? Cullen was our great intern. He's up there in
still is.
Well, no, he's not. He's moved on to smaller pasture. Smaller pasture. Did you see him? I mean, no joke. Everybody, you need to follow this guy, Cullen Holt, our intern. He's up in Minot. He was up in Canada. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, Canada.
He was. He stepped into Canada with his host family, but his host family, they had like chains attached to him because I still think they're keeping him. Yeah, they're keeping him in a basement. The lotion makes the skin soft. I'm worried about that young man. I hope he's alive and well.
Hey, Pep, so when he comes back, is he still going to be an intern?
No, we fired him.
Maybe
are we going to call him intern still? Or?
You know
he's fired.
Let's do this, guys. I have a great idea. Let's have a promotion ceremony for Cullen live on the show when he comes back.
What's he promoting to?
To the next thing, the next level.
There is no other level.
There's lots of platforms, plateaus.
Will we make it an official part of the show?
Remember, you had such a problem with your son had a promotion, right, from 6th to 7th grade?
That's the dumbest thing in the world.
We're going to give Cullen Holt a promotion live on the air. Yes. We're going to boost him up to the next
ceremony.
A ceremony. We're going to celebrate him. He's going to have a little diploma. We'll put it on the wall. We're going to promote him. I don't know what the next thing is.
I'm going to promote him. I'm going to put a thing on Tinder. He's going to have his own Tinder. He's going to swipe left and swipe right. Yeah, that's going to be his promotion. He's going to join Tinder.
All right, we come back. Cullen did tweet us, has a local angle. He is deep in North Dakota, but he did tweet us with something local. So we'll talk about that. And I think I also might have some bad news for Mike Lindskog.
What?
The voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Oh, I think it might be real bad.
I hope he calls in.
I don't know. We'll find out when we come back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
IE 1350 AM, live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. You know, in the broadcasting world, there's a term called efforting. It means like you're really trying, like you're trying your hardest.
I do that all the time, Pep.
That's all you do is effort.
I'm always efforting. Always.
We are efforting Mike Lindskog. We're up against two different things here. The voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes is very important, very busy. He's got some top secret stuff going on with the manager. Is it Drew Saylor? Yeah. Drew Saylor of the Quakes. So we're up against that because he's hanging out with the manager. Yeah. Plus, Mike Lindskog has not eaten dinner yet.
What do you mean?
He hasn't eaten yet.
What are you talking about? He's had plenty of time all day to do that. How dare he? He just eat a hot dog. Just eat it right there. I know he's at the ballpark. He's
gotta do something.
Get some popcorn. I know it's probably free. Those guys get all kinds of perks.
Oh, when you're big time like Mike Lindskog, everyone just gives you free stuff.
The Skog dog gets anything he wants, except for his little sidekick, Chappie.
Yeah.
Gets nothing.
Nothing.
They don't even give him water. He is, there. He has to pay for
bring
water.
In his own water?
They don't even let him bring it in. He has to bring $2 in with him every single day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and his mom, Chappie's mom, gives him $5 for lunch every single day. So he goes over.
A couple bucks for water.
A couple bucks for water.
Keep the throat, nice and moist for the game. It's a long game, 3 hours plus. Ask Greg Holly. Never misses a pitch.
Yeah, so Chappie doesn't get the lifestyle
That's
of
sad.
Skog Dog.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah. I feel really bad for Chappie. Remember, that's why every single year Skog Dog has a new partner.
It's tough.
It's
tough being Mike Skog's sidekick.
His wingman.
Yeah.
They go on to bigger and better things, though.
So he might jump on the show. He might not. He might be eating dinner right now. But it's the Inland Sports Show. We're brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. And they can do Letterman's jackets. So if you're all league, all CIF, you got all those patches, they can hook it all the way up. They can bling it out for you. Ken Sporting Goods off the 15 freeway in Norco, kensportinggoods.com. All right. Intern Colin. He's still an intern, but when he comes back, we're going to have a promotion ceremony for him.
Yes, he's going to be on Tinder. I'm going to put him on Tinder. We're promoting him.
He might already
Tinder.
be, Jeff.
He's not. Hey,
we don't know.
Hey, I'm sure. I want to know if he's kissed a girl in Minot.
Oh, probably lots.
I've kissed a lot of girls in Minot.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
Well, he tweeted at us because he loves us.
He's likable.
He's deep in North Dakota, hashtag the land of gluten. And he said this on Twitter. Fun tidbit for all my Inland Sports Show peeps. UC Riverside and Arrowhead Christian Academy product Robert Cruz is in the lineup for the visiting Horseheads tonight. Hashtag Inland Sports.
Horseheads? What is this? Is this a Godfather reference?
That's my favorite horsehead, Robert Cruz.
My favorite horsehead's the dead head, the horse head that was Corleone put in the bed of the bad guys.
I haven't seen any of those.
What do you mean you've never seen The Godfather?
Not a movie guy.
Don Corleone put a horse head in
there it is.
Yeah.
The horse.
Yeah, he put they woke up with a beheaded horse. A head. His feet were touching wetness. You know what that wetness was?
What was that?
The blood from the horse. Yeah, his feet were all wet with blood. And guess what else? Because what do you make glue with? Horses.
Sap.
With horses.
Horse heads.
With horses. You've never heard the term, we're sending the horse to the glue factory?
No.
What are you talking about? Yes.
So every time I put glue down,
it's horses.
My favorite
Elmer's glue. Remember Elmer's glue?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay.
I still use it.
Elmer's glue has the cow on it.
Yes.
They're lying.
It's a lie?
It is all a ruse.
A lie.
You have been rused. That is made from horses. The glue factory. And if there was a dead horse head in your bed, I guess it would have to be dead if it was a horse head, and you put your feet on it and it's wet, you're probably going to stick to it.
Oh man.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that's what the mobsters do.
The mobsters always put a horse head in your bed when you mess with them, and it's glue.
It's like a self-fulfilling business because you put the horse head in there, and then you can send it to the glue factory and make money off of that too.
I'm really shocked you don't know about the glue factory. That's like, remember I always tell you that there's a place in the ocean where the old whales go to die?
Yes.
Well,
wait, where did you say that was the other day?
It's always different
we
places.
brought up a location like I don't know if it was a city or a school or something. You're like, oh, the Clippers.
The Clippers.
The Clippers are where the dead whales go to die, like Marcin Gortat.
Marcin Gortat is going to die a Clipper. That's
breaking news. He's been traded to the Clippers, where he's gone to die.
Dominique Wilkins. Do you remember that guy?
I don't remember him playing for the Clippers.
He died as a Clipper. Yes, he did. Danny Manning, another guy, died as a Clipper.
That was real sad.
You know what? Just like the horses, if you're sent to the Clippers at the end of your career, you're being sent to the glue factory. The glue factory, or where the whales go to die.
That's sad.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's
and right
sadness.
now, Martin Gortat looks like a pilot whale going to die. This big bald head.
He's gonna roll up on somebody's beach,
and you're gonna. Oh my gosh! Look, it's Martin Gortat. Gortat, the old Martin. Yeah, he's definitely going to die as a Clipper.
And that was the breaking news today. We were talking high school football. We were talking Redlands East Valley. We were deep in high school football.
Hey, you know
boom.
You know it's a big sports day when Austin Rivers has been traded from the Clippers. He's been traded out. Maybe he's going to live, but his dad, the head coach, is going. He's like going to
How
the
do you
glue
think
factory.
this unfolded behind the scenes? Because you've got to think that Lawrence Frank, Jerry West, all the Clippers brass,
their head coach,
wait,
that stupid mascot they have, he was
dumb.
probably in there.
I like the Pepperdine Wave better than
Oh
that.
yeah, shifty.
But there had to have been some level of respect where you go to Doc Rivers first, right? Before this goes public, before you actually pull the trigger and make it final, don't you go to him and say, guys, you know, here's the plan that we have for the Clippers. This is what we need to do. Doc, we've got to make this trade because A, B, and C.
They're gonna say, "Hey, Doc, Austin sucks. He's gotta go." Yeah, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. The owner went in.
He had 15 points per game.
Yeah, but it was for the Clippers. I mean, that's where the whales go to die. So he said, "You know what? We're gonna save you some. We're gonna save your son from dying here. We're gonna ship him off."
Wait. So maybe they did Austin Rivers a favor.
Oh, they did, but they didn't do Dad a favor.
Austin,
listen. They should have traded his dad too.
The Clippers are going to be really bad. We're not going to win any games. You had the best year of your career. We're going to do you a favor. We're going to get you out of here now. It's as good as it's going to get. We're going to get you out. But now he's going to the Wizards. Actually, the Wizards could be pretty good now. Think about it. John Wall, Bradley Beal, Austin Rivers, all those other guys. Right? The Wizards.
No.
Wizards.
It's over. I will say this, though. Do you remember what happened to Jamal Wilkes? Remember him? He's on the wall of his number is retired in the Staples Center. Did you know that? Jamal Wilkes is
for the Lakers?
For the Lakers.
What number did he
He's
wear?
also in the Hall of Fame. 52. 52. Jamal Wilkes. Guess where he ended up?
Don't say the Clippers.
He ended up with the Clippers. And guess what happened? You never heard from him again.
I don't know.
You remember Norm Nixon? The great point guard for the Los Angeles
He's with
Lakers?
Tracy Murray on ABC 7
Yeah,
sometimes.
guess what happened to him?
Did he go to the Clippers?
He went to the Clippers and died. And now he's been revived on ABC 7 with Tracy Murray. Jamal Wilkes did make the Hall of Fame, but he did die.
Despite the Clippers.
But despite dying in L.A. as a Clipper, he did make the Hall of Fame. And he's still alive, but he's not the man he was. He's no longer a Laker. Yes, that's where players go to die.
So that was the breaking news today. And plus, DeAndre Jordan, it looks like he's going to either opt out or sign in trades.
Or die in Los Angeles as a Clipper, as most do. Could happen.
Can you read into this trade at all? Does this mean anything for Kawhi Leonard, for LeBron James? What does this mean in the long run? Are they trying to free up money? Are they going big? Are they like, man, Gortat is the best big man in the league?
They said, Marcin Gortat, we need you. This is going to change the face of the franchise. We have one guy that can't score and shoot free throws, but Marcin, you can shoot 80%.
We're going Twin Towers. DeAndre Jordan, Marcin Gortat on the court at the same time.
Marcin Gortat cannot jump over a phone book. DeAndre Jordan can jump over Marcin Gortat. That is your big. That's what they're going to do every game.
Double bigs.
No, they're just going to jump over Marcin Gortat. It's like Cirque du Soleil Clippers. It's going to just be it's going to be a really bad year for the Clippers. Really bad. They're not getting Kawhi Leonard. They're not getting LeBron James. They're not getting Paul George. Guess who they're getting?
Nobody.
Marcin Gortat and Dominique Wilkins. World be free. All the greatest Clippers. Danny Manning. They're all going to come back.
You know what? They're going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, can we go to the Comrex real quick, Greg Holla? Hey, I think we got Mike Lenskog on the air. Mike, we do have a dump button, but please just know that you're live on the show right now. How are you doing, Mike Lenskog?
Oh, I'm not used to a live microphone in my hand, so I'm going to have to make some necessary adjustments.
Hey, my most important question is, because we're very concerned more so about your well-being than anything else, did you have dinner yet?
I did. Thank you. I had a thing that I had to work on with our manager, little thing, if you will. A thing.
Top secret.
It's one of those things. It's a double secret probation type thing. I had to work on that, and then Daddy's got to get fed before the game, so I apologize that I wasn't able to join you a little earlier.
Did Chappie, your color man, did he bring his sack lunch with him?
Oh, that guy?
I'm here, guys. How we doing?
Oh, no.
That guy?
We had it.
It was actually Taco Tuesday at the Diamond today, so a big array of chicken tacos, well fed.
Well, guys, I'm so glad we got your menu items on the show, but we got to run because we got to make way for you guys.
Okay.
Well, have a great call tonight.
Hey, go Quakes!
Go Quakes! Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
We'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock on the one and only Inland Sports Show. We turn things over now to Rancho Cucamonga Baseball on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We love you guys even more.
I love you too, guys. Except for you, Chappie. Take your sack
Don't
lunch.
hit on the young guy.
Sack lunch.
That's his new nickname.
Yeah, old sack lunch.
Lunch.
Have a
Make
good
sure you
call,
get the word
guys.
lunch
We
in
love
there.
you guys.
Maybe.
That was Linskog and Mike. Well, Mike Linskog and Andrew Chapman. I forgot his first name for a second because we just call him Chappie.
Chappie
Andrew
brought
Chapman.
a sack lunch and $2 in his pocket to buy a water. He's going to have a good call. I can't wait to listen to it as I drive home.
And they're both being good moods because they had dinner already.
Yeah, got to feed Daddy.
We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock right here on your favorite show. This is the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified every single day. We'll see you on Wednesday.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.